Hello, so today I'm going to be talking about my experience from school to college to university. So obviously in a few weeks time when I'm actually finished with university, I will go through my whole university experience in a sit down video because I find those sort of videos really interesting. And yeah, but I thought before I do that video, obviously I haven't even finished uni yet, but before I do that I thought I'd just go through my experiences of school and college and uni in the UK, like kind of briefly. But yeah, I hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe, and let's go. So the reason why I've sort of done this video now is obviously because basically when I finish uni I really don't think I want to be doing a master's or anything, so my educational content will not really, there won't really be much more videos like that, if you see what I mean. And I do get people like DMing me and stuff, like asking what A-levels I did and stuff to get onto my uni course. If I've got a video about this on my channel, people can go to that if they're interested. So yeah, but also if you're just nosy and want to know what it's like going to school or whatever in the UK, this might be the video for you. So also before I start, I just want to say obviously everyone's experiences of school, college and that, and they're all so different. Like yeah, so what I'm experiencing you may not experience yourself, and that's absolutely fine. So yeah, I thought I'd just put that little disclaimer in. So yeah, let's start with school. So I went to school, like I'm talking like secondary school. I feel like primary school doesn't really count. Like I can't remember that far back, to be honest. So yeah, I started like secondary school in 2010, so literally like 10 years ago now, which is, no, 11 years ago. Oh my gosh, that's mad. Yeah, so I started in like September 2010 at secondary school. Yeah, and like the first half of the secondary school was kind of fine. Like obviously you don't have any exams really until the age of like 16. So yeah, years 7, 8 and 9 were all pretty much fine. Probably the most sort of critical thing at that stage was my parents actually split up when I was in, I think it was in the summer holidays of like year 8, so just before I started year 9. My parents did split up, which obviously wasn't nice to experience at the time. None of my friends had really gone through it, so I didn't really have anyone to talk to. It was quite a lonely time, but I did kind of deal with that later on, which I'll go to in a minute. So yeah, the first half of school definitely, from like year 7 to year 8, absolutely fine. I didn't say I loved it, like I was very quiet, very shy. Yeah, I didn't really enjoy primary school. Like primary school, just like so many nice memories, but yeah, obviously secondary school was a bit harder. You're going through puberty, like the work is harder, the environment is just a bit more intense. So yeah, I didn't like love school, but you know, the first couple of years they were fine, like I could deal with it. Year 9 came around, as I said, it was sort of when my parents split up, so I was dealing with a lot at home, which I didn't really talk about much. I should have done more, but I was only like 14, didn't really know who to talk to, that kind of thing. And then we picked our GCSEs in year 9, so the following year I took, so obviously I did the usual maths, science, English, that's all like core subjects. And then my options I originally picked were RE, food tech, IT, and what was the other thing I did? Geography. But I couldn't actually do RE and food tech together because they clashed, so I had to pick drama. Now, as I said, I was extremely shy in school. Like I barely put my hand up to answer like in lessons. I really just stuck to my friendship group. Like I just was not confident in school at all. So the fact I had literally had to do drama, I was just like, oh for God's sake, it was either drama or like PE. I'm like, and I was so unfit back then as well. So yeah, I was not happy about that, but I just thought as long as I try my hardest it should be okay. So yeah, so the following year in year 10 I started my GCSEs, and yeah, to be honest, I don't really remember much of year 10. I just feel like we just kind of got on with GCSEs. Obviously we didn't have any exams until like the following year, so there was not really much pressure. Obviously the work was harder, there was more of it, but yeah, like everything was kind of okay. Then year 11 came around, and yeah, year 11 was really hard for me personally. As I said, I didn't really enjoy drama, so I literally dreaded the days I had drama because I didn't really like my teacher. Like even my friends now, we still joke about her, but it's just because like the things she used to say and stuff, like oh my god. So yeah, and also a lot of people in my drama class were very like into drama. Like they all went to, not went to like theatre schools, but do you know what I mean, they would like do drama in their free time, so I always just felt really like inadequate in that class. And yeah, so I really didn't like drama. I enjoyed RE and geography. I think looking back I definitely enjoyed like humanities, hence why I chose geography and RE. I actually got my highest grades in those as well. So I got an A in RE and a B in geography, which is really good because in both of those as well, in year 11, both those teachers left to go on maternity leave, so I still managed to get good grades despite the teachers leaving. So yeah, drama didn't like. RE and geography I probably enjoyed the most. And then IT, it was okay. I found it a little bit boring at times, but the only other option was like media, but it wasn't like a specific like GCSEs. So my parents like, you can't do that. Like it won't be like good on your CV sort of thing. So I didn't do media, but all my friends who did media absolutely loved it. But I wish I probably should have done that. I probably would have enjoyed it more. It was more creative, whereas IT was very like, this is how near field communication works, that kind of thing. It was very technical, but I got a C in that, which I was happy with. And then drama I got a C in as well. I did well in the coursework, but my actual performance I got a D in it, so that shows how bad I was at drama. But yeah, at least in my coursework I got a high B on all of that, so that's kind of why I leveled out to a C. And then English I really enjoyed at school. That's probably one of my favourite subjects as well. And I think I got a B in literature and C in language, or like vice versa. So this was like literally like 5-6 years ago now. So I finished secondary school in 2015, and then science, again, it was one of those subjects I didn't like hate it, but I didn't really love it either. Biology I've probably found the most interesting. Chemistry and physics I thought was really pointless, so I don't really care. So obviously I did like double science, so I basically got 2 grades. I think I got a B in both core and additional science. I'm not really sure how, because I'm pretty sure I failed my physics exams, but back then we had like science ISAs, which were like science practicals, which got like marked as coursework, and literally the teachers just give us all the answers to like the papers pretty much. So we all got A stars on our ISAs, which I think really helped bring up our grades. And then maths I just got a C. Maths was one of my least favourite subjects. I don't have a maths brain like at all. Like all I really cared about was just getting a C. So originally I was put in to do the foundation paper, but my maths teacher in my foundation class was actually really good. He said, "Oh, Kira, you're like more than capable of this class." So I got moved up to the higher paper, which also means if you're on the higher paper, well, I don't know if it's still the same now, but like if you're on the higher paper, you don't have to like get as many right to get a C. So in a way, the higher paper is a little bit easier. So yeah, on the higher paper, I'd literally just do all the questions in the first half and not do many in the second half. But I still got a C, so it was fine. And yeah, that was my experience of school. And also I remember as well very vividly, my first ever panic attack was like after a maths lesson. So yeah, my thoughts around maths just never really been great. And also in primary school I would like cry when I couldn't understand maths. Like I was just always a very anxious child. So yeah, I was kind of excited to finish secondary school. As I said, the second half I especially found quite hard. Like in year 11, like we moved house and things like that. It was just quite an unstable time. So when we finished year 11, I was like, I'm ready to move on to the next phase of my life, which was college, because my secondary school didn't have a sixth form attached to it, so like everyone went to a college nearby. So yeah, I went to college and I did world development, sociology, psychology, and what was the other one? English language / literature. So world development I only did for 1 year, because I'm not sure if this has changed now, but at my college you'd pick 4 to do in the first year, then second year you'd like drop 1, but that would be like an AS level, so it's kind of like a half A level. So yeah, I only did world development for my first year, just because I thought like it was one of those subjects that's a bit airy-fairy, like it's not very academic, but as I said, looking back now, I kind of wish I did continue that, because it was probably one I enjoyed the most. So yeah, I only did world development for the first year, and it was very similar to like what you do in like sort of a human geography at GCSE. So that's probably why I enjoyed it. Like I definitely enjoyed more human geography than physical. So yeah, I think, did I get a B in world development? Honestly can't remember. Like so bad. But yeah, that was in first year. Then psychology I did really enjoy first year. Again, I think I got a B in that. And then sociology I think I got a B as well. And English I'm pretty sure I got a C in first year. So yeah, in second year A levels I dropped world development and just did psychology, sociology and English language, that's literature. In second year of college my mental health really deteriorated. There's a lot of stuff going on in my personal life, and I think as well just the overwhelming sort of pressure to go to university as well. Like I was just really scared I wouldn't get in and didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. And yeah, I think all those thoughts really do kind of swirl around your head in second year of A levels. I personally preferred college in the sense you were a lot more independent. Like you didn't have to stay at college the whole day. You could like go home after a lesson finished and things like that, which I really enjoyed, and I also started working, so I had something else to focus on, which wasn't just like academics. So yeah, I definitely felt more independent at college, and as I said, I just felt like, also because my secondary school was quite small, only like 500 people, whereas at college it was like 2,000 people, so it was quite a big step up in that, but in a way it was kind of nice, not everyone knew your business. But yeah, in my second year A-levels I got a C in sociology, a C in psychology, and a B in English language / literature, which I find quite funny because English I didn't really put that much, it wasn't that I didn't put effort in, but I didn't really stress about it as much because I didn't need it for my degree, because again, like I know I wanted to go to uni, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do. There was never like one standout subject I was like, oh my god, I really want to do that. So I went to a careers advisor at college, and she was like, oh, psychology is a really good one to do, it opens lots of doors. So I was like, okay, I'll kind of do that. And she was like, what's your job? And I was like, oh, I work children at the time. And she was like, oh, if you do education studies, again, that'll open a lot of doors. I was like, okay. So I started looking at unis which did like education and psychology courses. There wasn't that many. I think I looked at 7 unis in total. But I'll go on to that in a minute. But also going back to the careers advisor thing, again, when I was back in school, I went to another careers advisor, and again, I was like, I don't know what A-levels I want to do. Like I know I enjoyed sort of leaving school, I wanted to do English at A-level because I really enjoyed it, and also my brother did sociology, so I was like, I'll do that because he enjoyed that as well. But I just didn't really know what to do for my like 4th option, and she was like, oh, do psychology again, it will open doors. So I think I've always kind of been led into psychology, and I didn't really love it. But yeah, going back to college, I was like, okay, I'll do psychology at uni. So again, in second year I started looking at college, universities even. So I looked at, you ready? I looked at Northampton, Southampton, York, Edge Hill, Bath Spa, and Bristol. I think that's all of them. I swear there was another one I looked at. Maybe it was 6. I think I went to 7 open days and then looked at 6 unis. So yeah, I looked at all of those, and Bath Spa was the only one I actually visited twice. So after that I was like, yeah, I want to come to Bath Spa. Like, I like the city, I like the campus, it's really pretty there. So yeah, I was like, right, I'm going to go to Bath Spa, doing education and psychology. I also did an EPQ in my second year of college, because obviously where I dropped like an AS level, like they kind of really encouraged everyone to do an EPQ at college, because apparently it was like, looks good for like UCAS or something. So I was like, okay, I'll do that. So I did my EPQ and how does the education system help or hinder mental health in teenagers, which was really, really interesting actually. It was probably one of my like most proud piece of work. So yeah, I did that, and I got an A in my EPQ actually, which was really good, because also with an EPQ it teaches you how to like reference properly, like Harvard reference for uni, which was, as I said, really helpful before I got to uni. So yeah, I left college with an A in my EPQ, which is like an equivalent to an AS level, and then 1 B and 2 Cs. But originally for my course I needed 2 Bs and a C to get into uni, but they did change the terms when, obviously where I went to college like between 2015 and 2017, we were the first year to do like linear A-levels, so most unis did sort of were more lenient with grades, because the new A-levels were completely exam based, so quite hard. So I think Bath Spa emailed me around Christmas time of 2016 saying like, don't worry if you don't get your grades, we'll still accept you as long as you get at least 1 B. I was like, okay. So at least I got my B in English. And funnily enough, English was the only one I still had coursework in, so that's probably why I did better in it, so there was less pressure on all in the exams. So yeah, I then started at Bath Spa in 2017, doing a joint honours in a major minor, so that basically means you do more modules in psychology and then less modules in education. The first year I honestly absolutely loved it. Like, as I said, I was going out all the time, I met loads of new people, and like the work wasn't that hard because it was very repetitive, like A-level stuff. Obviously I wanted to be on the same kind of level. So yeah, I didn't really find the work that hard in first year of uni, to be honest. And all I wanted to do was just pass, because like I said, none of your grades in first year of uni go towards second year. So yeah, as I said, I literally had a blast in first year of uni. And then second year of uni came around and things started to change. As I said, I went through quite a lot in my teenage years, through college and school, in my personal life, and I never really dealt with them properly. Like, obviously I had been to therapy on and off, but never really stuck to anything. So yeah, second year of uni came around and I really began to hate my course. Like, I didn't enjoy psychology at all. There was a lot of statistics in second year, which just wasn't for me, and I felt quite trapped. I was like, I put all my like hopes and dreams into going to uni and I just wasn't enjoying it, and I was just kind of like pretending that I was. And yeah, I got really unwell with anxiety. I'll probably talk more about this in my university video, but yeah, I got really unwell. I lost a lot of weight, and sort of by Christmas 2018, I was just like, I was really struggling to eat and stuff. And then February 2019, I literally came home crying on the train and like ran to my mum's arms. I was like, I just can't cope with uni anymore, like I hate it so much. I was like, I just want to drop out, and I think that came as quite a shock to my family. I think my mum always knew how much I was struggling, but I don't think she ever thought I would like stop going. So yeah, literally I went back to uni that weekend, like the following week, and I said to my flatmate Eve at the time, I was like, I'm going to drop out of uni, like I'm just not happy here, which she completely supported. Obviously she's like one of my best friends, so she could see how much I was struggling as well. So yeah, I packed up all my things in like February 2019, moved back home again, and I did, like, I felt so lost in that period of time. Like, I feel like if you've been there and you've dropped out of uni or dropped out of college or whatever, you know how kind of lost you feel, because all my other friends were either in jobs or at uni. Everyone was quite settled around me, whereas I was just like in the unknown. I was like, what do I do now? So I went back to my old job in a nursery for about 6 months, sort of trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And I knew in the back of my mind, I was like, I still want to finish my degree, but I just don't want to do psychology anymore. So yeah, I spoke to student finance stuff, and they were like, yeah, it's fine, like you basically get like 4 years worth of funding for instance like this, where you either don't enjoy your degree first time around, or you've got to come out of uni because of illness. So I basically repeated my second year the following September, in September 2019, and yeah, so I went back into halls. I really enjoyed, absolutely loved it, and just doing education, which was way more up my street, and it was so much less pressure because on my course we don't have exams, it's all coursework, which is just so much nicer, honestly. And yeah, it was just, honestly, there was such a huge change in me in that time. And then obviously the pandemic hit in March 2020, so moved back home again. I was like, great. So yeah, I did my second year pretty much the second half of it all from home, but I finished second year with a 2-1, which I was like, thank God for that. Yeah, which kind of brings me to now. So obviously I moved back home in lockdown number 1, and then we kind of already put a deposit down on a house for this year, so moved back to Bath September 2020 and lived in the house for about 2 months, and then again we went into another lockdown. And sort of thinking of my mental health, I was like, I dealt with lockdown 1 quite well, like at home, which is here. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to just come home like for this lockdown sort of thing. And obviously the government was saying, like, don't travel if you don't have to. So yeah, I haven't been back to uni since November, which is great. Literally all this money I'm thinking I spend on this house, I'm not even living in it. But anyway, I'm not going to get into that rant. But yeah, I'm still doing uni online in my final year of uni. So I finished uni, literally my last teaching week is like the 28th of May. I don't know when you're seeing this, but yeah, my last lecture is literally on the 28th of May. And yeah, I think, as I said, now I definitely feel ready to just work. Like, I don't know what I really want to do career-wise, long-term. Does anyone know what they want to do long-term? Not really. But I did start doing an internship just before Christmas in social media, which I'm still doing now, but it's actually a part-time job, not just an internship. Which, yeah, I think I'm going to stick with that. She did say there might be a chance for me to go full-time after I graduate, which would be amazing, as it's just, I know it's quite a secure job. So yeah, that's where I'm at now. I'm doing my dissertation, which again is not the most fun thing in the world. I think I just got to the point where I've basically been in education, like 15, 16 years, since the age of 4. I'm just ready to move on and not be writing to deadlines and like being messed around by lecturers and things like that. But yeah, that's my educational journey. As I said, I will be doing like in-depth videos about my university experience, because I've obviously vlogged that pretty much since day 1. Literally my first video of uni I uploaded like 2 days after I moved in, which is my room tour video, which is one of my most viewed on this channel. But yeah, I just thought you might find this helpful if you studied similar things to me and didn't really know what you wanted to do at uni, or as I said, if you've like watched me for a little bit but don't know my background, that's basically it. But yeah, it's definitely been very bumpy, but as I said, I'm ready to like move away from education now. I don't want to do a master's, I don't want to be a teacher. So you could argue my education degree is a bit pointless, but at least I've enjoyed it for the most part. I haven't loved online learning, but I've just kind of got on with it now. And yeah, I think I'm going to end it there because I don't want this video to be really, really long. But thank you for watching. If you did, let me know what you're studying, where you're at, whether you're at school, college or uni. I'd love to know. And yeah, I'll see you soon for more university related videos. Please like and subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you soon. Bye.